All right, back on the Domino's post-game report. Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Clowney. Mike, obviously not the final result that you would look for, but another day where your team made some strides, especially offensively, where your team probably found its best rhythm of the season. What did you see that brought you joy? What did you see that frustrated you?
We still kind of got off to a slow start. We're hoping we could kind of start a little bit quicker. But a couple of the things that really stuck out, really proud of Troy Dendy. Troy and, Ryan's back today. But Troy had a couple of really hard-nosed runs, like second effort. They kind of continue to help us move the chains to kind of get the ball, and try to find that rhythm that you're talking about, being able to run the football to where we can try to draw a guy or two in the box to where then, we had a couple things still out there in the passing game that we had a chance to capitalize on as well.
You were down 4 defensive starters today, 2 up front in Rodsean Williams and Justin Triplett, and 2 on the back end in Jalen Anderson and Kendall Williams. Gave up big plays in the first quarter before your defense kind of found its footing. Just how much of a difference did that make today?
It does make a difference when you kind of continue to dig into that depth chart to try to find, guys that can play. We want to make 2 adjustments there within the game. Proud of Austin Greer. Austin Greer is a kid that's been, in our program for a while and hadn't had a chance to compete. But, gets an opportunity today, after we gave up a couple things and came in and made the most of it.
You had to square off against the nation's number 1 rusher in Jordan Tyrell. He came in with 4 straight 100-yard games. He got there again today, but he needed 39 carries to do it, and his 4.3 yards per rush are his lowest of the year. It's hard to say you bottled up a guy and he rushes for 166 yards, but, dear Lord, the volume of touches that he got today. What'd you do to slow him down?
He's a good back. And then you talk about the guys that were missing up front, but we still had a couple young guys in there, Jakari Davis, and you got Jordan Wilson. At the end, we still got Ja'Cory Long that's performing for us as a freshman. I thought those guys did a good job of, trying to play within this game. And I thought they did a good job of working a couple times to change line of scrimmage. A couple times, a lot of those longer runs we had, we got him in the backfield. He does a good job of trying to find a way to slither out. He's a good back. They keep him back there deep, and he does a good job of trying to find holes. And if someone delays, then he kind of sneaky getting those 4 and 5 yard runs.
Inexperienced, unfortunately, shines through a bit today. 4 turnovers on the day, and a game that you were in for the better part of 42 minutes. Barton drives down to make it a 2-score game late in the third quarter. Next drive, you're set up. A long kickoff return by Daquan Dudley, but a fumbled snap puts you in 2nd and long, and then a pick on 3rd and long. Just how back-breaking were the turnovers today?
That's kind of part of the story. We talked about the same thing last week. We've got to find a way to be smarter with the football. The fumble snaps, I can't even – some of those we didn't turn over, but, just kind of, cost us yardage in the game, like low snap or, we don't get it and, try to get the ball out of our hands where we give ourselves a chance. But, it's hard to win football games if you turn the ball over.
Rondro Peebles continues to be an All-America caliber player, 9 tackles against again, this type of offense. What's he do to put your defense in position?
Rondro's steady Eddie. I mean, he's exactly what you want when you talk about a guy, especially in the situation we're in. He's a senior. It's his senior year. He just kind of steady Eddie. He continues to come out and work. He continues to come out and play. He continues to come out and try to lead those younger guys on defense. Rondro has a great opportunity because he'll have an opportunity to leave his legacy with a lot of these younger guys that's playing on the team right now.
No doubt frustrating today, but again, a day where probably you took your biggest steps of the season. How do you build on this one with really an interesting situation next week? One, you hope you play because you're facing a Catawba team that hasn't in 2 weeks due to COVID issues.
I think, going back, we just got to keep working on correcting the errors. And it's like one of those things we talk about the process. It's getting a little bit better each week, but we still aren't improving at the pace we want to.
All right, Mike Clowney, thanks for the time. We'll talk to you next week at Catawba.
Thank you. Look forward to it.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Clowney.